Hello everyone, this is Dark12, and today, as I'm bringing you to this video, this is coming off of a brief rest period from the previous reaction video that I did. I'm trying to keep everything as brief as possible, so I was going to try and break up some of the reactions into individual videos, but since there's so many reactions that I'm trying to catch up on, I have decided to just combine these two together, which is fitting because they are both Hunter x Hunter songs that came out last week. The first one we're listening to is FabvL, which is Look to the Moon, a Gone song. And he says song, not rap, so I'm guessing that there's going to be a little bit more of a more toned down theme to it compared to before. But then again, if I remember correctly, his Ichigo song said song as well, not rap, and that was in no way, shape, or form toned down. So I don't know. We'll have to see. As I said before, or maybe I haven't said it before. Have I reacted to a Hunter x Hunter song before? I don't remember. I think I tried to react to FabvL's Miriam rap, and I forgot to turn on my microphone, so that entire reaction got scrapped, which is kind of unfortunate. Because I think that was the same one that I also had. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a Dragon Ball reaction. I think it was McGuire's Gogeta song in with it, and his what do you call it, Collide. And unfortunately, I had to scrap the entire thing because you guys couldn't have heard me. You would have just heard the song with like lots of silence. But I will say that I know from watching a FabvL reaction that Hunter x Hunter is one of his favorite animes, and Miriam was, or is, one of his favorite, if not his favorite of all time, anime character. And his song was interesting. The song that he came out with for Miriam was definitely interesting. It had a massive switch up in style halfway through that completely took me by surprise, and I had no idea what to think of it. I'm still kind of processing it. It's not a song that I initially liked, but it has grown on me. It's one of those songs that it's taken a couple of listens to, and the more I've listened to it, the more I can appreciate it. I feel like I probably would understand it a little bit more, and I would appreciate it even more when I start Hunter x Hunter, which should be, I want to say I'm going to start watching it probably this next week. But, yeah, I have never seen it, so there's probably going to be a lot of references between Daddy Fat Snaps, who's also doing a Hunter x Hunter song, and FabvL, that I might miss. So I'm going to listen to this for the music, and less for the actual the bars or anything like that, because I'm not going to get them. I'm not going to get them at all unless they throw in bars from other animes to link it to Hunter x Hunter. I'm not going to understand it. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop babbling. We're going to start listening. First things first. The first part of this reminds me of that Dr. Stone rap that Schwabity created. In that it's in no way, shape, or form like I'm trying to compile my thoughts here. I'm still if you watched my previous reaction, you know that I'm still recovering from strep throat, so I'm still my mind's a little muddled. But the first thing that I'm immediately recalling is that it reminds me of like a sort of a, I don't want to say happier tone, but I guess more positive tone. It's definitely let me just run it back a little bit and just hear that first, like, what, 3 seconds of the song. Okay, yeah. It definitely feels very emotionally positive, which is nice. Very happy, very I guess it does kind of sound happy. Very hopeful. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Hopeful. And inspired.
When you left, it had me fucked up. Just me and myself, guess that's enough love. But life keeps going and I won't let you down. Killer moving through the night, what? Did anybody expect I had the light cut? Was always meant to leave, I made it out. No regret, I'll just move on. Get a new life, right new wrongs. Maybe you're not meant to be, yeah. My friends know me better than you ever could, yeah. Loose ends, eat my thoughts, I drift away. So I look to the moon when I'm lost, see your face when it rains out. Why'd you have to leave? I don't know what to say now. I've been on my own since this began. Yeah, I look to the moon and assume that you know I'ma break out. Anything it takes, there's a wall I won't break down. Once I find home, think I'll understand. I'd rather die than live without the chase. Got pain inside that I just can't erase. They fucked with family, took the only trace. So I won't ever let them plead their case. No regret, I'll just move on. Get a new life, right new wrongs. Maybe you're not meant to be, yeah. My friends know me better than you ever could, yeah. Loose ends, eat my thoughts, I drift away. So I look to the moon when I'm lost, see your face when it rains out. Why'd you have to leave? I don't know what to say now. I've been on my own since this began. Yeah, I look to the moon and assume that you know I'ma break out. Anything it takes, there's a wall I won't break down. Once I find home, think I'll understand. So I look to the moon when I'm lost, see your face when it rains out. Why'd you have to leave? I don't know what to say now. I've been on my own since this began. Yeah, I look to the moon and assume that you know I'ma break out. Anything it takes, there's a wall I won't break down. Once I find home, think I'll understand.
Oh, okay. I had no idea what I was walking into. I didn't know what... I don't know anything about Gone. I mean, I just said that. I don't know anything about Hunter x Hunter in general. But just the way that sounded, it was like listening to, like, how the character is going to go on a journey. And, or I guess, processing the emotions of him going through that journey. Especially dealing with loss. Coming into this song as someone who has no idea the background of the character or the story arcs that he's experienced or any of that stuff, it just feels very inspirational. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that because there's a lot of songs out there that are like super hyped, super hardcore, super like, and this one it's a lot more mellow. It's a lot more slower in tone, and it just made me feel good. I liked it. I liked it a lot, and it was not what I was expecting, and that was a good thing. Because, you know, I think he put it up there on his Twitter at one point too. FabvL was mentioning how lots of people like those hype tracks, those really aggressive ones, the ones that like really get your blood pumping, and he wished that there were more positive mellow tracks out there. And as I mentioned, it sounded almost immediately like the Dr. Stone track that Schwabity released that I reacted to. And it again, that's not a bad thing. That's actually a very good thing, because that one too was a very happy, positive, positively vibing track that just makes you, you know, it makes you feel inspired. It makes you feel good about either yourself or what music you're listening to or any of that. And I feel like that's important. I feel like that's really, really important. So I'm very, very happy with the fact that FabvL decided to take it in that direction, because I'm sure a lot of people know FabvL for his aggressive sounding tracks, and it's good that he has that, but I don't think he should like box himself in. I don't think that he should specifically just be known for that, and I'm glad to see that he's definitely not. I mean, you get that same sort of tone, that same sort of emotional tone from his what is that, the original songs. I'm trying to remember which one is hold on. Let me go to his channel. I can't remember the song that I'm trying to refer to. Come Around, definitely, but it's Pals in the Sky. That was it. His newest one. His newest original song. Again, it was a very feel-good track, and I really liked that one, too, for the exact same reasons. It's mellower. It shows off that he's not just, like, this hype artist. Like, he can do things in a wide range of tones. And I think that's important for any artist, to be able to experiment and do things on your own terms, but also be able to, you know, show off everything that you can do. But enough about that. FabvL's on another track that we're about to listen to. I don't know if it's going to have, let's see, there it is. I don't know if it's going to have any kind of connection to this or any kind of vibe, because I think they released at the exact same time. In fact, I think they released on the same day. Last weekend, FabvL was all over the place. He was on like 3 or 4 different tracks, including his own. So, yeah, I don't know what he's bringing to the Killua song. Again, don't know who Killua is. I'm guessing that he's a friend of Gon's. I'm sure somebody in the comments might correct me. or confirm or whatever. But yeah, let's hear DPS and his song and see if it's just as positive or if there is a little bit more of an aggressive tone to it. I love that new logo of his. Okay, immediately different style. Taking a completely different tone, because this one sounds a little more remorseful, a little bit more emotionally impacted in a different way, not necessarily negative, but like it's not as hopeful or inspirational as FabvL's track was. This style reminds me of something. Okay, this is gonna bug me. Does this remind you of anything? Like a major band? Like something that you'd hear on the radio or something like that? First thing off the top of my head, like the track reminds me, not even the lyrics, just the beat. It reminds me of something like almost not quite dubsteppy, but there's one specific artist. It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna probably have to like put it into the comment section below. But there's one specific artist that this track reminds me of. Whatever. I'll think of it.
myself. What did I do? I helped you turn into someone else now. I see this rage in you, fighting to make it through. Fight all that hate in you, violence can't make it right. Only replaces you, trust me, I know, cause I've been there. Who saved me? You put back the pieces when I was in shambles, and fill me with hope when I bought the enamel when I was cold. But I don't wanna be anymore. Don't leave me, no. I will never give up on you, brother, nothing but us two. I don't know what I would do if I knew that I was your doom. I know.
Ooh.
That life gets hard. A spiral in the dark, yeah. And I know you got the heart, baby. It's my fault. You're in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. In the dark. In the dark. You're in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark.
Considering the fact I have no idea what I was watching and I was just listening to the song, that was potent. I think that's the best word I can use to describe that song. I was right at first when I said remorseful. I think I retracted that statement, but no, I want to put that back on the record. That was it definitely had a remorseful sound to it. If not in the tone itself, then in the lyrics, but definitely in the tone at some point. And it was beautiful in a completely different way. And again, mellow. A lot mellower than what I've heard recently from Daddy Fat Snaps. Definitely not nearly as hopeful as the Gone song. It was like the opposite, but not quite. Wow. Okay. All I can say is that it where the Gone song made me feel happy and hopeful, this one made me feel not sad, but like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. It had like a very depressive and tense air about it. Which I appreciated because I like songs like that because it makes the character feel a lot deeper, and it's honestly just makes me want to and need to watch Hunter x Hunter even more because if these characters are as deep as the songs that I have heard portray them as, then this anime is going to be amazing, and I'm probably going to end up crying a couple of times. Because I do that a lot in anime, especially if I feel very emotionally connected to them. So yeah, good job, DPS, FabvL. Another couple of, like, amazing tracks. Thank you for sharing those emotional experiences with me and with the rest of the world. Yeah, that was great. That was phenomenal. I wish I could remember what style that reminds me of. It almost... The first thing that came to mind was... And maybe that's just because I've been listening to a lot of it lately since they broke up recently, but Daft Punk. Like, the track... The emotional impact that track had reminds me of the Tron Legacy track in some way. Which is impressive, because that track is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time for most movies. The movie itself was really, really good, but the soundtrack was what really made it phenomenal, and that's the first thing that came to mind when I started hearing like that synth in the background. But regardless if that's what he was going for, or that's just my brain in its still fogginess, you know, making that connection haphazardly. Regardless, that was amazing. So yeah, go support these guys. Go watch the original videos, get those runtime up for them. Go like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, help them feed the analytics, because YouTube is incredibly fickle for us content creators. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. This is Archive 12, and I shall see you in the next video.